T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected.
Trying to coddle him for. Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he need to do.
Yeah, so him being arrested isn't really like the shocker. It's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12. So, you know, it just...
Right now, the only thing people are talking about is the Harris family's nightmare. And this time, it's not about flashy jewelry or viral social media posts. It's about something much darker, survival in the harshest place imaginable. King Harris, the son of rap icon T and Tiny, is now fighting for his life in intensive care after a brutal prison assault that has the world in shock. The details emerging feel less like typical prison drama and more like a gangland thriller straight out of a movie. Sources say that King was brutally attacked in his cell block, so violently that guards had to intervene and drag him away as chaos erupted around him.
Steve Sada reached out to me looking to make a deal on behalf of T.I. and Tiny. And I told Steve Sada that my clients want justice. So if the deal involves Tiny and T.I. turning themselves in and admitting to the crime that they've committed, then fine, we got a deal. But if it does not, then I would prefer to have the investigators do their work and to bring criminal charges against Tiny and T.I.
His face was bruised, his body barely moving, and chaos consumed the entire prison as a violent melee erupted, leaving several inmates injured. This wasn't just a random fight. Rumors are already circulating that this was a calculated attack, and the motives behind it might be darker than anyone imagined. The conversations inside those Georgia prison walls are unsettling. This wasn't some trivial dispute or a challenge to his toughness. It was a deliberate setup, designed to tear him down. Some inmates supposedly planned this weeks in advance, hoping to shame him for his perceived flaunting of wealth and privilege. Others argue it was a harsh reminder that in prison, your last name and social media followers mean nothing. What matters is loyalty and strength. Weakness, one former inmate explained, makes you a target. And right now, King is facing the hardest lesson of all. As soon as the news broke, social media exploded. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, every platform was buzzing with reactions. Some people were genuinely shocked and sending prayers for the young man, while others mocked him, saying, King finally faced the real world and couldn't handle it.
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting is gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this. A lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
The online backlash only intensified the pressure on the Harris family, who, according to insiders, are now in full crisis mode. T.I. is reportedly unable to sleep since the attack, making frantic calls to attorneys, politicians, and anyone with even the slightest influence within the Georgia Department of Corrections. One source in Atlanta even claimed that T.I. is willing to sign NDAs, make financial deals, or offer promises if it means getting King out safely before another attack occurs. Meanwhile, Tiny is said to be holed up in her own strategy room, coordinating with publicists, media contacts, and lawyers. But even their typically strong unity is starting to fray under the strain. Insiders hint at explosive arguments between them behind closed doors, with both parents blaming the other for how their son ended up in this dangerous situation.
I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Family Hustle.
Right.
That does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your bed.
Close friends of the Harris family are uncertain whether they are fighting for King's survival or if they're simply clashing with each other. Regardless, their son's life is at risk, and the foundation of their marriage is beginning to crack. What once seemed like an unbreakable dynasty is now unraveling in the face of this crisis. The stakes have shifted. This isn't about family reputation or TV ratings anymore, it's a matter of life or death. Adding to the confusion are the swirling rumors. Some suggest that King got caught in a botched contraband deal, either refusing to comply or trying to outsmart the wrong group. Inside prison, loyalty is everything, and a broken promise can quickly make you a target. Sources connected to the investigation claim that King was lured to a specific area in the prison where 3 men attacked him, and, get this, the surveillance cameras mysteriously malfunctioned during the incident. While the Department of Corrections insists there was no technical failure, nobody is buying that explanation. As one of T's former road managers put it bluntly, It's Georgia. Cameras break when they need to break. Meanwhile, King's condition remains precarious, and the tension in the Harris family is escalating faster than ever. Fans still remember the tension months ago, like the infamous Falcons game incident, where T.I. put King in a headlock live on Instagram after yet another argument about his upbringing. At the time, it seemed like the lowest point for King. But the prison attack proves things could get even darker. Now, as King fights for his life in the hospital and the family's private turmoil spills onto the internet, it's clear that the Falcons incident was just the beginning of a much more tragic chapter. To complicate things further, prison sources say King wasn't just attacked because of who he is. He was relentlessly taunted about his parents' scandals, particularly the lingering trafficking rumors surrounding T and Tiny. Although the family denied these allegations, the rumors never fully disappeared, and inside the prison, that gossip became ammunition. It's also been reported that King wasn't shy about fueling the fire himself, flexing on social media even from behind bars, trying to call out rivals and promote himself as Atlanta's next big star.
And you can, you know what I'm saying, kind of woo-saw yourself outside of the public opinion.
But the older inmates weren't impressed. One former inmate directly said, "We don't care who your father is. If you don't pay your dues or run your mouth, you get dealt with." That's the reality inside. And now King is facing the consequences. Meanwhile, T.I. is using every connection he has left. Sources report that he has even threatened to publicly expose the prison conditions while subtly feeding friendly media outlet stories, shifting the blame from King to the corrupt system. It's a classic celebrity crisis management move. But with time running out and threats still looming, people are beginning to wonder if it's too late to save him. And even more unsettling, is this the result of raising someone to think they are untouchable, only for reality to hit back harder than expected? As rumors continue to spread, the situation surrounding King Harris's attack is growing darker by the hour. This wasn't just a random beating. Word on the prison floor is that King may have crossed the wrong people in a way that he can't recover from. Multiple insiders suggest there was a contraband deal in play, and King either tried to back out or made a move that angered powerful figures behind bars. In an environment where survival is the priority, such betrayal is like sealing your own fate. One chilling detail is being whispered.
I really admire his dedication and commitment to the craft, because, you know, I kind of told him, you know, what was wrong about it. Making mistakes. I ain't had no daddy who'll pull up and get on my ass in town. Things I did, you can't get away with.
I know that.
Man, damn. Yeah, that's I ain't see that one coming. You know what I mean? Nah, I didn't.
The buzz around the Harris family has reached new heights, but this time, it's not about flashy lifestyles or viral social media posts. The latest headline is far darker. King Harris, son of rapper T and Tiny, is now fighting for his life after a brutal prison attack. This situation sounds more like a crime thriller than anything seen on the news. According to sources, King was brutally attacked in the prison yard, with guards rushing to drag him away as chaos spread throughout the facility. Reports suggest this wasn't just a random altercation, but a well-orchestrated assault, and the reasons behind it are far more troubling than initially thought. Inside the Georgia prison walls, word is that King's privilege and the Harris family name became a source of resentment among the inmates. Allegedly, this attack was planned after King was seen flaunting his wealth and status, which made him a target. In prison, respect is earned through loyalty and toughness, and King's fame, Instagram following, and family background couldn't shield him from the harsh realities of prison life. The drama spilled over into social media, where reactions were split. Some expressed sympathy for King, while others mocked him, claiming that he couldn't handle the real world. The online divide only added more pressure on the Harris family, who insiders say are now in full panic mode. T.I. is reportedly making calls to everyone in his network, including attorneys, politicians, and anyone who might help get King out of the situation before things escalate further. Tiny, on the other hand, is reportedly trying to manage the public relations side of things, but even their famously tight partnership is fraying under the strain. Friends close to the family say it's hard to tell if they are fighting for King's survival or just arguing amongst themselves. Despite the growing tension, rumors surrounding the attack continue to circulate. Some say the incident was linked to a failed contraband deal that went wrong. King may have either refused to participate or crossed the wrong group of people, and in prison, that can be deadly. There's also speculation that the cameras mysteriously went dark during the assault, further fueling the conspiracy theories. What makes matters even worse are the rumors that King's last name, Harris, has become a curse inside the prison. The The family's past scandals, including the lingering allegations tied to T and Tiny, are said to have followed King into the prison, with inmates mocking him for his upbringing. They reportedly targeted him because of the baggage his name carries and the wealth and privilege he flaunted on social media.
But it doesn't end there.
One former inmate shared how high-profile inmates like King become pawns in a larger game, used to send a message to others. King's fame made him a prime target, as rival gangs sought to prove their dominance. T's influence couldn't protect him from the harsh realities of prison life, and now the family is scrambling to protect their legacy. As King fights for his life, the cracks in the Harris family's public image are becoming more visible. The media frenzy around the family, combined with old rumors about paternity and legal issues, has torn down the facade of the picture-perfect family they once presented. The attack on King, along with the mounting pressure on T.I. and Tiny, has put everything they've built on the line. The question remains, is King a victim of circumstance, or did his actions ultimately make him a target? Only time will tell whether the Harris family can recover from this crisis, or if the saga is just beginning. The world is watching, and the fallout is far from over.